everyone, it's Todd here from Aligned Movement. Just coming to give you a quick 20-minute core session. If you've got a mat, obviously grab your mat and spread that out on the floor. A towel will work just as well. If you have a foam roller, go ahead and grab that. You can use 2 large pillows if you'd rather use 2 large pillows, but it doesn't give you quite the same effect. The foam roller is definitely better if you can. We're going to go ahead and just get a little bit warmed up through those abdominals first before we start asking them to do any work. So stretch yourself out on your mat. Bring those feet in so that those feet are hip distance apart. We're just going to take an inhale and bring those arms up to the 7. As we exhale, lengthen those arms overhead, drawing that core down, making sure that the rib cage doesn't flare. Inhale to bring the arms back up to the top. Exhale to let those arms go over. Exhale to bring them on up. And just one more time. And up. We're going to move this into an ab curl now, so keeping those arms stretched up nice and long. We're going to inhale, we're going to tuck that chin, we're going to flatten out those shoulder blades, lightly engage the upper abdominals, and as we exhale, curl on up, reaching those fingers towards the knees. Inhale, lowering back down. And exhale, curl on up. Now imagine you're a punga frond. And you're curling from the top, peeling that mat back up off the mat. And last one here. Good. All right, go ahead and grab your foam roller. We're going to pop it under the feet to start with. We're just going to get into a little bit of bridging. So making sure that those feet are hip distance apart once again, arms are down by your sides, nice and active. We're going to take an inhale, pushing down into those heels to keep the balance, not letting that roller take off underneath us. We're going to exhale, curl up through that spine. Inhale to hold it up at the top. Exhale to roll that body back down. Nice work. Same again, inhale at the base. Exhale, curl that pelvis, peel that spine off the mat. Watching those knees, that they're not doing this, everything's staying nice and central. Inhaling at the top, exhale to roll it back down. And we're going to go one more time. Inhale at the base, exhale, curl and roll. Inhaling to hold at the top. Exhale, rolling things back down. Good. Go ahead and stretch those legs out, leaving those ankles over the top of the roller. Nice and long. We're going to make sure we've got that core engaged so our upper and lower abdominals are talking to each other. We're going to inhale and take those arms up over here. We're going to get ready for a roll up now. We're going to go for 3 of these today. We're going to just take a breath here, full breath cycle just to get ourselves prepared. Alright, inhale to bring those arms up. Exhale, tuck that chin, curl that punga frond, draw that belly button back. Try and keep those heels down on the roller. Inhale, lengthen and reach forward. Nice and long through that spine, shoulders are down and back. Exhale, tuck that belly button, roll back off those sit bones. Control the roll down, this is just as important. As the roll up, arms go back overhead, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, keeping that rib cage drawn down. Bringing those arms up. Tucking that chin, pushing down into those heels, rolling on up. Inhale, nice long spine, stretch forward. Open through those shoulders. Exhale, tuck those sits bones, roll that spine back down. Taking those arms back overhead. Last one here. Inhale, bring those arms up. The good news is you won't have to come back down. Exhale, tuck that chin. Bring that weight all the way up. Inhale, lengthen out nice and long. And bring it back. Cool. All right, we're going to go ahead and lie down on the roller now. So pop this lengthways on your mat, on your towel, on the grass, if you're fortunate enough to be able to work out outside. Making sure that we have the body and the spine laid out all the way along. Head is definitely resting on the roller. If you're working on a short roller, what you can do is grab a nice solid pillow about the same height and pop that under your head so that your head is supported rather than it hanging off the back. Making sure those feet are hip distance apart. We're nice and long through the back of the body. Spine is in a nice and neutral alignment. We're just going to start with some leg lifts from here. So hands are down by your sides. If you want to challenge your balance a little bit more here, feel free to put elbows down and have your hands just resting on your hips. We're going to take a nice inhale. As we exhale, we're going to lift one leg to tabletop. Inhale, pop it down. Changing sides, exhaling up, keeping that roller nice and balanced. Inhaling down and change. Get the tension out of the head, neck and shoulders. The core should be nice and tight. That belly button should be drawn down and back. Pelvis is staying nice and stable. Keeping your breathing nice and even. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Let's go one more set here. And the last one on the left-hand side. Good job. All right, taking those feet hip distance apart, we're going to take those arms back up towards the ceiling. We're going to take an inhale. As we exhale, curling that palm from reaching those hands down towards those knees, not curling that pelvis, so keeping nice and neutral through there. Inhale, bring ourselves back down. Exhale, tuck that chin, curl like a palm from. Inhaling back down, good work. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Just give me two more here. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. This is our last one now. Good job. All right, go ahead and pop your right hand down on the floor beside you. We're going to bring that right leg up to tabletop. We're going to take the left arm up. We're going to challenge that cross-body connection. We're going to work into those obliques as we inhale and lengthen those away from each other, keeping that rib cage drawn down, back of the body nice and long. Exhale, draw them back together. We're not going to bring the head up this time. We're going to give the neck a little bit of a rest. Inhaling away. Exhale, draw that body back up. Inhale away. So really think of drawing the opposite rib and the hip a little bit closer to each other as you engage those obliques, as you engage those abdominals. I'm going to go two more here. Nice exhale, keeping that rib cage engaged. Keeping everything nice and steady and stable. We're not going to rush it. Alright. Leg down, arm down. Give it a little bit of a shake. Let's get ready to go on the other side. Left leg up. Right leg up towards the ceiling, drawing that belly button down and back. Here we go. Inhale away. Exhale, bringing them back together in the centre. Inhaling away. Exhaling up, good work. Keep it going. Doing really well. This is not easy balancing on the roller. Really working that core. And our core is so important for so many things that we do on a day-to-day basis. Hopping both hands down now, and again, you can come back to this position if you would rather. Draw those legs up to tabletop, so this is really going to challenge that core now. We're going to lengthen one leg out. Exhale to lengthen. Inhale to draw it back in. Exhale out to keep that core engaged. Help with the stability as we challenge the body. So if taking it out to 45 degrees is a little bit too tricky, feel free to just take it straight up to the ceiling. Keeping that core engaged is the important part. Challenging that balance. All those tiny muscles are firing away underneath you to keep everything nice and balanced. While your family watches on as you're working out, they're worrying, wow, she makes that look so easy. And in actual fact, your body is working really, really, really hard. Give me 2 more sets here. Keep breathing. Exhale away. Inhale into the center. This is our last set. You're doing really well. Good work. Pop those feet down. Using your hands to help you tuck that chin. Bring that body up. And just take that spine into a bit of a stretch the other way. It can be quite uncomfortable lying on that roller sometimes. Okay, so we're going to prop the roller underneath our tailbone this time. The easiest way to do that, lie yourself down on the floor and pop the roller between your bum and your feet. And then roll yourself up to a bridge. Bring that roller underneath. So it's resting on the tailbone or thereabouts. Okay? We've got that tummy drawn in, so we're not rocking and we're not causing a real arch through our back or bringing it the other way. Okay? So, one at a time. With that tummy nice and flat, nice and drawn, that spine nice and supported, we're going to bring those legs on up to tabletop. Stretching them up towards the ceiling. We're just going to go for a little V open here. Holding the roller with your hands so it doesn't take off from underneath you, keeping that core drawn. This is going to work out inner and outer thigh as well. We're going to inhale to open them out to the side. Exhale, draw them back together, working that core, working that inner thigh. Inhale, open. Exhale, draw them back together. Inhaling to open. Exhaling to draw them back. And open. And draw. This is our last one here. Inhale to open. Exhale to draw. Right, bending those legs down. We're going to stretch the right leg out and we're going to go into a bicycle. So, gently rolling those legs through, alternating. If you want to give yourself a little bit more of a challenge in this position, you can take those arms straight on up. You're going to work a little bit harder to really make sure that that roller doesn't go anywhere at all underneath you. Keeping that belly drawn in, keeping the weight nice and even through the shoulders. And we're going to reverse the bike. Keep it going straight out from the hip. Keeping that core drawn down. Really working into it. Holding it nice and tight. Just give me 3 more here. And last one. Draw those knees in and just give that spine a little bit of a stretch in the opposite direction. And while you're there, you can gently take that roller out from underneath. Alright, we're going to come over onto all fours. We're going to put our knees onto the roller. Stretching those arms out in front. Making sure that our hands are directly under our shoulders, our knees are directly under our hips. Keeping that core drawn so we're nice and tight. We're going to inhale to let that leg lengthen out behind us. Exhale to draw it back in. Keeping the weight nice and centered. Inhale away. Exhale in. Inhale away. Exhale in, keeping that tailbone tucked under so that we're not in this position. Back's nice and supported. We're lifted up out of those shoulders. Alright, we're going to challenge it a little bit more now, so really thinking about that engagement. We're going to go opposite arm and leg. Bringing it back into the centre, a little bit wobbly on that one. Taking it out to the other side. And in. If you find this a challenge, you can go ahead and pop that back foot down. It's still going to be just as difficult to keep that body nice and balanced, but it does give you a little bit more of a feeling of security. We're just going to go one more set. Lengthen out. And down. Last one. Lengthen out. And down. Bring the body back. We're just going to finish up with a little bit of side work. So coming over onto your onto your left hip. The elbow is lined up with about your mid-thigh. Hand is on your hip. You'll notice I'm not slouching into my shoulder. I'm nice and lifted out of my shoulder. My abs are on, my core is engaged. And I'm going to lift on up. And lower. Controlling the come down. So making sure that you're not dropping that body right in and you're not rocking back and getting momentum to come up. It's a controlled lift and a controlled lower. Let's go one more here. Good job, that's not easy. All right, I'm going to come right up to a kneel now. Stretching that right leg out long. Hand is resting on the roller. Again, I'm not slumped into it. I haven't got all my weight resting down. Nice and lifted. Nice and square through the hips. Foot is flexed. We're just going to go for 16 nice sharp little lifts to work into that outer thigh. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Bring it in, give it a rub. Let's go over to the other side. So again, feet are stacked. We've got that elbow lined up with about our mid-thigh. So you kind of feel like you're sitting a bit skew-with to start with. But once you get up to the top of this, you're actually in a nice straight line. Lift it up out of that shoulder. We've got that core engagement. Here we go. Lifting up. Working those obliques. And lower. And lift. And lower. Lift it on up. And lower. Last one. Lift. And lower. Should be really feeling that through that inner obliques. All right, come on up. Let's get into this side lift. So lift it up out of that shoulder. Hands are nice and light. Making sure we're nice and square through the hips. Flexing that foot. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it on in. Woohoo! We'll do one more quick exercise minus the foam roller. And this is just an added bonus because we can. So I'm just going to put a couple of teasers in at the end. So you can just go in and do your teaser balance. So draw that core. As you exhale, bring those legs up. Lengthen those arms out. Nice and open through the shoulders, nice and straight through the back. And go for a balance here. If you want to give yourself a bit more of a challenge, join me down on the floor. We're going to lengthen those arms out nice and long. We're going to take a nice big inhale as we bring those arms up and over. As we exhale, we're going to curl ourselves like that point from. Start reaching those hands down. Bringing those legs up, keeping those shoulders nice and open. Draw that core, lengthen those legs, keep a smile on your face. As we exhale, gently popping those feet down. Take yourself into a child's pose from here. Knees apart, feet together. Lengthen those arms out, nice and long. Let's give everything a nice relax. Hold yourself here for 2 or 3 breath cycles. Awesome work today, guys. That wasn't an easy core workout. I'm sure you'll be feeling it a little bit later. Please go and enjoy yourself, stay safe, and enjoy your holidays. I'm out.